Alrighty, hello and welcome everybody after a few nights off. Still posting some stuff here and there, back at it with something I've done before in the past. Forgot to click something. Okay, we're off to the races. Everything's looking good. Sounding good. Beautiful. But yeah, Temur Battle Rage. That certainly does the trick. I've done it a little bit in the past, like I say. But it just feels, and it has won me a lot of times where otherwise I wouldn't have been able to punch through. Or maybe I would have, but I would have lost the creature, of course. Marauding, always lovely when that pings dinos. Topiary. Excuse me, I'm drinking fizzy water. But Topiary, say maybe you play Regis or Alpha for 4. You have 6 mana at the start of that turn, boom. This for 4. Marauding Raptor sitting at a 6/3, and with that final 2 mana, you cast Temur Battle Rage, boom. Hit him for 12, or Sheoldred blocks this, Bone Crusher Giant. A 3/3 Graveyard Trespasser, that would feel really bad. That would be absolutely terrible, but a very common scenario, of course, against Rakdos midrange. However, you get 9 damage through, this thing lives, and that creature still dies. Stunning. Maybe Sheoldred blocks it. This is the only creature you're attacking. They only have that. They don't want to take 6. Boom. Done. Hopefully they don't have another Sheoldred in hand, but speaking of that, even if something's a 3/3, this token, it might not happen, but say they kill everything, they're left with this, and Sheoldred's going to block it. Boom. Double strike. Hit Sheoldred. Hit her again. You get 1 point of damage through with this. You lose the creature, but you still take her out, and that is a pretty fantastic thing to take out with this. Now, of course, I could add a single copy of Embercleave or 2, but I just like how easy Temur Battle Rage is to cast, and it's always 2. Sometimes you might be attacking with 3 creatures, and then Embercleave is costing 3. You don't have quite enough to play it. Maybe you're only attacking with 2 big creatures, because it doesn't make sense to attack with the other ones. Potentially, or they're tapped. Say it's Huntmaster giving something haste, so then you might not be able to cast Embercleave. Oh, no, Embercleave. My goodness, maybe I need more coffee. But you might not be able to cast Embercleave nearly as easily as Temur Battle Rage here, and it's certainly an easy requirement to meet with the Ferocious there, having a creature with power 4 or greater. Trample, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater. It's not the creature that you target, which is pretty nice. But usually it would be the creature you target is going to be a big, powerful thing. But usually this, man, that sucks. Seeing it get chump blocked into oblivion. But perhaps they've killed a lot of stuff. Tyrranax Rex hits the opponent once, boom. Next turn you slap Temur Battle Rage on this. They have no removal for it, or they just can't pay the ward for whatever it is, or Carnage Tyrant. They can never target this, so hopefully you hit them once, boom. 14 damage next turn, a total of 21. Hopefully you've been working down the opponent there, but that's the main, simple, nice, clean idea. Temur Battle Rage, just be super aggressive, and with that aggression, get her done. Striking twice. Mana base, nothing too crazy again. Not a whole lot of mono red sources, just 2 mountains here. Upping the sources of red a touch, just for Temur Battle Rage. But still, Thunderherd Migration, Topiary Stomper, 8 things, grabbing basic lands, so keeping the basics still at a total of 8. I was trying for quite some time, 7 forests and 1 mountain. Just because the mono red sources early on still mess me up big time. I hate it. It's rough. Topiary again, reduced to 2 green, shifting 2 green, Galta 2 green. Yeah, still messes me up 1 too many times. Sideboard wise though, we got the Back to Nature. Does the trick. Hopefully we see some 5-color fires, Enigmatic Incarnation tonight. Tranquil Throwback. Hey, Punk, how's it going? Oh, yes, I'm very excited as well, and I'm working on another variation. Maybe I'll show you guys just quickly. We'll get back to this. I'll explain the sideboard, but I was thinking of showcasing it. It really is doing the trick. I don't think it's so crazy. But for Galtas, this is the super duper, a little bit more glass cannon Temur Battle Rage list. Turn 2 Marauding Raptor. Turn 3 you play your third land. You play Raptor Hatchling for 1 red. Marauding pings this, and then it pings the token. So it's sitting at 6 power. Plus 1 reduction is 7 reduction. Plus the 3/3 token is a total of 10. So turn 3 you played this for 1, 10 reduction, boom. Galta with the other 2 lands that you have. It's done the trick. But potentially, going back to Temur Battle Rage. Turn 2 Marauding, turn 3 Raptor Hatchling, boom. For 1, Marauding sitting at a 6/3. You swing with this and you have 2 left over. Temur Battle Rage. Hit him for a 12. Maybe a dinky little creature blocks him. Maybe a 3/3. Similar to Graveyard Trespasser and that sort of stuff. But still, boom. Hitting him for 9, potentially. And still having this stick around. It certainly is very, very exciting. I think this is more exciting, perhaps more better. It's not the right word. Hard to say, but certainly Galta. Packs a punch. I've done a list similar to this. Just enabling that turn 3 Galta off of Marauding, Hatchling. And you still do lots of other fantastic aggression with Regis or Alpha, but we'll get back to the main sideboard there. That list might be for tomorrow night. I might grind a bunch with it after we're done here. But I definitely love the Tyrranax Rex and Carnage Tyrant. Just messing up control, fantastic bodies, and I think enough early bodies. Sometimes I do get caught out, of course. I can't block with Topiary Stomper early. It gets a wee bit awkward in the middle here, the odd time, but I just love this too much. Of course, you could start with Tyrranax Rex in the sideboard. You bring in Ripjaw Raptor, 2 play sets of stuff for 4. Could be a little bit safer. Tobias, how's it going? Good stuff, good stuff. Hey, that's okay, that's okay. Chapters as well, of course, if you fall asleep. I think you're in Germany. You speak German? Yeah. But definitely, the mono red sources, and if you're starting out, that is a good point. You might not have all these lands to keep the consistency of a multicolored deck. So you could have 4 or 5 mountains and 5 or 6 forests, and it could be difficult, especially if you've got stuff that costs 2 pips of green or red, whatever it is. It's tricky. It's tricky for sure. But yeah, going back to this Tranquil Throwback, hey, I mean, if you're just starting out, this probably is a no-brainer. You stop graveyard things, you destroy an artifact or enchantment, and you gain 4 life. This should never be a terrible thing. It should always be quite decent to craft a playset. Yeah, just cover yourself. Cover so many angles. I would never feel bad if somebody did that. For sure. Then, of course, back to nature. Being an uncommon is not too hard on the wildcard budget. The Flame Sweep still against those aggressive decks. Mono red, I have been facing a lot of mono red, I must say. Rough stuff. Mono white, of course, human. Sometimes before they get too big with the +1/+1 counters, you can catch them off guard, as I have done in the past. And like I mentioned, Ripjaw in the side. Previously, last week? Yeah, I think last week. I was starting off with Ripjaw here, and then I had Tyrranax Rex in the sideboard, but I just want to bring the pain more consistently against control. There are some games, the top 20 cards, the top third of the deck, I still don't see a single Carnage or Tyrranax Rex, which is kind of rough statistics wise. You would really hope to see one of those to begin with. Oh, not that. That's tomorrow. Maybe tonight I'll switch it up with that more glass cannon variation. But it's definitely, even if you have 2 mountains, I've been messed up with 2 single mountains, mono red, sources, you will see that sometimes. It's not like it's a 0% chance. It's a very small chance. So when you see that happen, you think, oh, that is just terrible luck. Oh, why me? Why me? But you can sometimes remove that from ever happening, depending how you build the mana base. If you have one mono red source, maybe you have no mono red sources, and you know for sure you're never going to get messed up. In this hand, that's actually quite fantastic, I must say. 3 lands, Marauding Topiary Stomper. Even if Marauding gets discarded by Thoughtseize, we still get to go Topiary Stomper, I hope. Oh, we're looking at Izzet, potentially. This could be very nice. Shifting Ceratops next turn, as long as Marauding hasn't died to Volcanic Spite. Oh, this is looking good. Now, shifting could still go down to Volcanic Spite, unfortunately. They may have a sensor or counterspell or something. I'm going to test the waters with Topiary Stomper. Stably ramp, possibly get to Galta next turn, if all goes well. Hopefully. Oh, hey, there it is. Now, it might have been better. There could have been a potential chance to get Thunderherd Migration off a little easier. Topiary Stomper being a dino would have entered. Marauding would have pinged, done a little bit more damage to the opponent. Perhaps Thunderherd Migration would have been less threatening and, you know, might have happened. I'll reveal Galta. If I revealed shifting, they might definitely want to counter it. Okay, okay. I can imagine if they had a counterspell, yeah. Another Make Disappear or something like that. Nash, how's it going? Hopefully all is well. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I don't lose interest whatsoever. I like diving deep into it, thinking, oh, why do I want one of this, one of this? You should, you know, starting out, it's fine. Maybe you don't answer why for every specific card. But I think it was Jim Davis, pretty famous player, Pro Tour and all that. But he wrote an article about why. Why is every card in the deck? If you can't answer why for every single card, land, creature, whatever spell, well, you should be able to. That's the gist of it. Fire Impulse a little bit rough, but Hasty Shifting Ceratops could be coming down next turn as long as Huntmaster survives. However, that can be pretty rough against Izzet Control. Torrential Gearhulk, that sort of stuff, cheating out things from the graveyard. Whew. This could be good. Hopefully they just have a counter spell. I imagine shifting is safe. Hey, that's alright. We still get to give shifting haste and hit him for 5, take him down quite a bit, so we don't have to worry about Torrential Gearhulk, which is always quite nice indeed. Either way, we were going to hit him. We got the benefit of Huntmaster, having that one left over for shifting. Yeah, once you get, you know, comfortable with the deck, try to answer why for every single card you have in there. Why is it 3 or 4? Do you want to see something a little bit more than another thing? Are you okay to see this more often? What happens if you see a duplicate of this? Is it really good to see a duplicate in more cases than it isn't good to see a duplicate? There's a lot to consider, that's for sure. Maybe you're facing a lot of aggressive decks, little creatures killing you fast, and you want to see multiples of something that helps against that. Then you start to face a lot of control or whatever it is. I'm just going to keep playing shifting. Unfortunately, well, it would have been nice to get Castle Garenbrick. I would have been able to play Carnage Tyrant. That would have been sweet. Definitely. Oh boy. Rough stuff. I can stop that 4/4 if they forget how protection from blue works. Imagine they might have a way to deal damage. Could be you-know-what. Fire Impulse. Spike Field, huh? Okay, hey, that's pretty good. I was wondering if that might be a thing, potentially. Spike Field can be very nice just to start off with, of course, an uncommon. You tag Kroxa or anything that cares about going to the graveyard. As long as you tag them for one and they still die that turn, boom. They get exiled, you get around death triggers. It's pretty nice. Let's see that Castle Grand Break. Start off with Carnage Tyrant. At the very least, I do stop the aggression from that 4/4 elemental. Hey, they know what's up. Good stuff. Sometimes I do surprise opponents with that protection from blue, the shifting. Going a wee bit downhill though. We're not dead next turn. Now they can make Reckoner Bankbuster a creature with that elemental, so I don't want to attack. I'm just glad I remembered about the vehicle. Oh, no. I said I was glad and I almost attacked into that. Good, it's tapped. That might be nice, but they certainly have a lot of lands, a lot of ramp, unfortunately. Yeah, this scenario, sometimes it can happen. You run the risk, of course, but I'd rather see the big scary things more often than not. If I saw Marauding, I could get Galta. Of course, Chandra Hope Speaking is going to be, well, could potentially do us in, depending what they copy. Whenever they cast an instant or sorcery spell, they copy it, and that ability only triggers once each turn. They could ramp, cast something. Okay, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Well, we're not winning this one, sadly. We just draw all the big scary stuff, not as much ramp as I would have hoped for. But ancient throwback, yes. I'm thinking Ancient Imperiosaur. I was looking up decks with that, convoking and tapping stuff to make it bigger. Tranquil Throwback. I like. Potentially Flame Sweep, take out the little Inkling token, these birds, fry them up. Probably not very good eating. Who knows where they've been? Vikings. I bet they don't taste too good. No. Leave Flame Sweep out. Tranquil Throwback really could be good. Destroying Torrential Gearhulk straight up. That'd be nice. Then exile the graveyard so future Torrential Gearhulks can't do anything. When they enter, they can cast instant or sorcery from the graveyard. No cost, and then they exile it afterwards. But if they have no targets to hit when they enter, it's just 6 for a 5/6 flash. That's pretty nice. So I definitely want that. Temur Battle Rage. It could be nice, but I'd certainly prefer Tranquil Throwback for all the stuff it hates on with this deck. It definitely could be rough with their bouncing and removal. If I target something that isn't Carnage Tyrant or Tyrranax Rex, I have a sneaky suspicion it might get answered. Oof, one land and 3. Just unlucky, unfortunately. Definitely send T-Rex to the bottom. Yeah. I was thinking of sending 2 lands to the bottom, keeping 2 Thunderherd Migrations, but this is good. Will at least be, hopefully, well, that is good. Hopefully at 4 on turn 3. I could use Tranquil Throwback once, but I like this quite a bit better. I'll still stick with all sources of green. Karplusan Forest is my source of red, and I want to maximize the sources of green for Tranquil Throwback's ability, paying an extra green as much as I can stomach, of course. Hopefully it's not countered, but at least I do got the Karplusan Forest there. Oof, good stuff. Shifting, Carnage Tyrant, T-Rex, whatever it is, I mean, we're off to the races here. We've got Carnage Tyrant. we've got Tyrranax Rex with this Karplusan Forest. Just hope we don't get flooded. But we can play anything, pretty much. Oh, well, we can't play Galta, unfortunately. Well, they're not doing a whole lot, so I guess I'm not doing a whole lot. Maybe they were going to counter or kill something. Doubling up on the removal. That's fine by me. Of course, they send a card to the bottom, take one off the top with Volcanic Spite. Hey. We might not have even got to 7 lands next turn, so that is pretty nice indeed. Maybe they have a ton of removal, so they felt safe just barfing it, perhaps. Imagine they would have a counter spell for Tranquil Throwback, though. Take out the Reckoner Bank Buster. I do like the sounds of that. I'm going to go for it. It's not the best use of Tranquil Throwback, but there was no other plays at the moment, and that's pretty decent. Yeah. Hopefully it leads to Galta, although I do imagine Tranquil Throwback is going to go down to something that deals 3 damage at least, or if it's bounce, which really would be quite good, just because of the enter the battlefield effect. Although Galta, oh, we're getting close. Castle Gambig for that. Yeah, you know what? There it is. Good old T-Rex. Boom. Oh boy. They have to sweep or do something. Torrential Gearhawk? Nothing. They have nothing in their graveyard, which is quite nice. Pretty much the only thing they could target is Tranquil Throwback, unless they die. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. That was nice indeed. Wow. Oh. Okay. I'll take it. Yeah, that Tranquil Throwback. I mean, not worrying about the Torrential Gearhawks, I must say, is good. It's always satisfying if they discard Magma Opus with its ability. Pay 2 red or 2 blue, discard it to make a treasure token, and then it gets them just enough to play that Torrential Gearhawk on the following turn, but we exile their graveyard before they can do that. This hand, though, I would expect to see something for 3, something for 2. Could be a good chance to see it, but shifting is nice, not being able to be countered. Oh, hey, that's better. Definitely. Quite a bit. Oh, absolutely, absolutely, I must say. Huntmaster I'll send to the bottom. Maybe you combine Tranquil Throwback with Deathgorge Scavenger, Nash. That would be pretty nice. Anybody that doesn't know Deathgorge Scavenger from the original Ixalan. Costs the same as Tranquil Throwback, 2 and a green. When it enters the battlefield, you can choose to exile a card from a graveyard, yours or the opponent's. If you exile a non-creature card, Deathgorge gets +1/+1. If it's a land, you get +2/+. No, you get 2 life. No, creature is 2 life, and a non-creature is +1/+1. But then if you also get to attack that same turn, potentially it's exiling a second non-creature card, so it's getting +2/+2. Maybe it enters for 1 and a green with cost reduction, then you give haste, and boom, you're off to the races. And I just cross my fingers. Hopefully that doesn't get countered. Maybe they'll want to counter the Throwback, so they save the counter spell for that. Let us get a little bit ahead. Maybe, hopefully. Ugh. They're thinking about it. Let it happen. You know you want it. They see the pain Tranquil Throwback can inflict. They're like, okay, I'd rather do something to it. Let it be, let it be, Let it be. Oh, good stuff. Again, I don't need 2 sources of red yet. I only have 1 red thing in my hand, which is Huntmaster. I've got the source of red with Karplusan Forest. Oftentimes, I only need 1 source of red a turn. The odd time I need 2, and very rarely 3. So if I have 1, just keep it safe for the sources of green. But you could be playing a list that uses stuff that costs 2 red or just a lot more red. Rampaging Raptor. Yeah, Rampaging Raptor, the other new one from March of the Machine. I was thinking March of the Machine Aftermath. But yes, Rampaging Raptor, 2 and 2 red for 4/4. Trample Haste. If it hits the opponent, you can do that much damage to a battle or a planeswalker, and you can pump it up. It's like probably a better Shifting Ceratops in more scenarios, which possibly could be a way to improve things, of course. Just trim Shifting completely, put it in the sideboard, I should say, and I think they have something against something, a counter or a kill. At the very least, it probably is only something for 3. If it's a counter spell, this thing connects. Maybe they were thinking we'd try for a Tranquil Throwback. Of course, there was nothing to hit. We'd only gain 4 life. But I made them think I was going to do something, and then I did something different. So it's kind of like you can potentially play them. That might not have been the case, might not have been their thinking, but reveal something, make them think, oh, I'm going to set up for that thing, and then you do a different thing. If they had a counter spell, it would have been nice, stopping us from getting to 4 this turn and starting to play the Shifting Ceratopses. Shifting Ceratops Eye. Oh, got him. They starved in the mana department. Hey, that happened to me last night. I must say, I lost I don't know how many games. I was pretty tired, but 10 or 15 matches. Rough stuff. Burning Sun's Avatar, yes, Tobias, 100%. Oh, 100%. Oftentimes when I've done the free Dino, completely free to play series right from the beginning of a new account, sometimes I do open that Burning Sun's Avatar, which is actually, that's pretty nice for dinos. Might slap that in. Yeah, but yeah, going to the Burning Sun's Avatar, we can take a quick look at that, and we can talk a little bit briefly about. Oh my goodness. I'm going to be making a chapter about this. What do I want to use? Golden French fries. Golden wild cards piling up. Fantastic stuff. Okay, well, I'll take it. Lovely. Yeah, I'll go to Burning Sun's Avatar. I think it is quite decent. I've used it before in the past a few nights. Not in a row, but of course every now and then. Okay, so it gets going. There it is, Burning Sun's Avatar. Perfect, it's off to the side so the chat isn't covering it. When it enters the battlefield, 3 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. You could take out Liliana of the Veil, whatever. There's a pretty good chance you just straight up take the planeswalker out, or you get them low enough that some little creature can sneak through, do enough damage. Maybe it takes them down to 1 loyalty. You send, a 2/2 and a 2/2. Maybe they only have 1 creature to block. Boom, it's done. And 3 damage to 1 creature. There are a lot of creatures with 3 or less toughness. Some bigger stuff, but for the most part, there's a pretty good chance you'll have a decent target for this. But yeah, requiring 3 red. I was saying a 2 of a certain color can be hard. 3 of a certain color is rough stuff. However, it's not all bad. If you wanted to go down the route of Burning Sun's Avatar, you just go Secluded Courtyards. Bias, I think that's definitely something to consider. if you're focusing super duper hard on dinos, if there's 24, 26, 28 dinos in the list potentially, it could be very good to consider something like this. Naming dino, and then you get to tap for any color for a dino. It just really helps with consistency, and it's kind of like a dual land, but it's uncommon and it enters tapped, which is quite fantastic. So you maybe get a play set of this, and of course with shifting or any other dino that has an activated ability, again, you get to use that 1 mana of any color for a dinosaur's ability as well, which can come in handy. It's come in handy for shifting Ceratops's activated ability, giving it haste or reach or whatever. I have actually surprised the opponent. This was the only land that was untapped. They see shifting, they have some flying creatures, they attack me with it. Boom. Secluded Courtyard, 1 green. Shifting and gets reach with this. Take out maybe a blue flyer, something like that. However, if you're really worried about consistency, you can do the worst version, Unclaimed Territory. Yeah, that's how I spell it. Yeah. Oh man, that went fast, but yeah. Another uncommon, just pack a playset of this, a playset of Secluded Courtyard. If you have a lot of one creature type, maybe if you're using Llanowar Elves, Elvish Mystic, Bone Crusher Giant, some non-dino spells, it might not make the most sense, but at least, you know, the playset of Secluded Courtyard could be a nice budget way to keep your consistency going, especially if you've started off, of course. I'd at least try Secluded Courtyard. If things are feeling a little bit awkward, which they definitely can be, it's hard to weigh, oh, do I get some dinos? Is it time to get some dual lands to increase consistency? Should I start off with a monocolored deck that, you know, whether it's dinos or werewolves, zombies, some deck that is often multiple colors? Should I start off with mono red, aggro, simple, cheap, just get that, get my wins, then slowly build up with the deck I actually want? I think you can get a pretty reasonable, you know, it's going to do good enough with most decks. You might have to make some budget considerations, whatever deck is of interest, and you'll get there enough with a new account. Certainly it is going to be rough, but hopefully you have good examples of what you might use, what you might not, and good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, hey, Secluded Courtyard, check it out. Sadly, they discarded our only non-creature, non-land, but we still get to do some good stuff here. Secluded Courtyard in paper is, excuse me, decently expensive. Lots of people like tribal decks, and that is a land that is good in any tribal deck, heavily tribal deck. Might be a few bucks. Mono black. It is going to be a little bit rough. We've got Castle Gamebreak though, saying, well, getting us 1 turn ahead at least for Tyrranax Rex. I imagine Huntmaster is going to go down to Fatal Push or whatever it is, but it's definitely nice hearing you're all in on dinos. Oh, man. Profit. Not really. That's a very common occurrence. We could get there. We could get there. It's going to be hard to get to Galta, that's for sure. Definitely get rid of that. Maintain the possibility of T-Rex. Oh, if all goes well, and they don't have a Thoughtseize or something. We discard T-Rex this turn, and then with Castle Gamebreak get to play Carnage Tyrant, although we would have to sadly sacrifice it. It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. Hopefully I get Regis or Alpha. That would be lovely. Yeah, sadly. Oh, they got it's mono black discard, bing bang boom. This is not great. Hey, it's got to be shifting Ceratops, force Liliana to -2 instead of +1, and hope they just don't have removal for shifting. Yeah, that's got to happen. Sheoldred. Well, that's probably going to do us in. Well, we'll see what I get next turn, but hey, sometimes there's nothing you can do. Go blank certainly is rough. Their one spell gets rid of the final two things we had in hands. Just unfortunate. I mean, I could get Carnage Tyrant next turn, maybe? Something. No, wait, at least one more turn. See what I'm going to get, but definitely I would imagine this game is certainly over. I always like to, well, usually like to go at least one more turn, just see what I draw. Just for curiosity's sake, most of his. Oh, that's not helping me. Again, maybe a slim chance if there was Regis Seralpha. Liliana of the Veil was sitting at 3 loyalty. However, they could have made Hive of the Eye Tyrant a creature, blocking the hasty 3/3 token from Regisaur, so he still wouldn't have got the job done. Yeah, mono black. This nuts. Mono nuts, I guess. Just hope to be fast and hope they don't see all those discard things. Tranquil Throwback, well, maybe it's mono black, waste not. The enchantment for 1 and a black whenever we discard a thing, depending on that thing. They either ramp, or they draw a card, or they make a creature if we discard a creature. We didn't see it. I think it could be a possibility, but we're going to keep all that stuff out. We certainly didn't see much creatures other than Sheoldred, and Flame Sweep is not going to be helping out against that too much. Sometimes, again, I can soften up Sheoldred with Flame Sweep just to get her in range of being killed by something a little bit weaker. But just for Sheoldred is, yeah, no. Hopefully we don't see too many zombies. No, just nothing you can do. It is going to happen. Doesn't matter what you're playing. Still good. Still good. As long as you're okay with knowing you can't win them all. Knowing sometimes there's nothing you can do, but you should always, try and evaluate. Think how maybe something could have been different. Maybe it couldn't have, or maybe through evaluating you realize you definitely wouldn't have won, and perhaps you could know that it's all over, concede a little bit faster, although it is good to play to your outs, and just in case, if there's a slim margin you might be able to get the win, might as well do it. But sometimes it's just definitely done for. Yeah, I'm gonna try for both Hunt Masters. Hopefully just one is dead. Would be ideal. Use up all my available mana for the turn, of course, and cross my fingers. Hey, 1, 2. Oh, just one fatal push. It's good. It's good we've confirmed they only have one. Hopefully they didn't draw another. Or they're waiting for removal on the shifting. I will hopefully attack with Marauding and Shifting. Marauding for 1, Shifting for 2. Shifting gives itself... Oh, Temur Battle Rage. Well, this just got very interesting. That could be quite surprising. Hitting them for quite a bit with... Well, whatever's left over. I hope one of these is left over. I don't imagine they'd be able to kill both. I still feel they were waiting to kill one of these. Okay. I'll try and hit him with Shifting. Hope it's sticking around so we can hit him again pretty hard next turn. Of course, they could play Sheoldred. They might get to 4 mana. Shifting Ceratop's going to blast Right, okay, so it is mono black waste not, like I was saying. Whenever we discard something, something good happens for the opponent. Oh, that would have been nice next turn. Nuts. Hopefully they don't draw land, but I expect maybe they have an... Oh, okay. Hey, there we go. Another Temur Battle Rage. That's lovely stuff. I mean, for 1 in a red, think about this. We do 5 damage to the opponent, because shifting hits twice. That's pretty good value right there. Boom. 2. 5 to their face. If you just think about it that way. Decent. And Temur Battle Rage is a common. Yeah. But if you're looking to do something potentially very painful on a budget, Temur Battle Rage might be the thing. Just punch through where in other situations you wouldn't have been able to, or you wouldn't have wanted to attack. It wouldn't have been advantageous. But this, done. Don't have to worry about death touch usually with that. Of course, the fantastic removal of, well, all their removal. Hey, just good old Topiary. We get to 6, hopefully 7 next turn. We could play Galta if we draw her, of course. Take a nice little chip with Huntmaster, get them in range, and it would be very amusing if Huntmaster was the thing that killed them. Oh, Sheoldred. Yeah. Yikes. We don't need more lands, but again, sometimes that happens, even with 22. I'll play it. Of course, I don't want anything in hand, and don't want them... Oh, what am I thinking? I killed them. Goodness, I didn't even see it myself. I was like, oh, I don't need another land. I didn't even... I've done that before. Oh, I want to see a creature. I don't realize that it's the 7th land that I need for Topiary Stomper. They were at 1, and that was pretty sweet. The fact they were at 1 meant because of Huntmaster sticking around instead, shifting would have got the job done as well. Woo. All because of this guy. Love it. Fantastic stuff. Okay, I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to cross my fingers I don't see Waste Knots. I like the other big stuff, but again, it could catch me off guard. They play early Waste Knots. I'm going to try and just barf everything I have in my hand and make Waste Knot a complete waste. If we have nothing, that's doing nothing for them, which is always lovely stuff. And I think this hand has a pretty good potential to just do things. Again, with the duress, getting rid of our Thunderherd migration. Sad stuff. It's always nice, turn 2, doing the stable ramp, getting the basic land. Hoping that Huntmaster doesn't go down, and hoping we get something that isn't a land. At the very least, they don't have instant speed interaction that can take out Huntmaster. Hey, we gotta sacrifice it. That's okay. Don't imagine they have instant speed interaction. We can play basically anything we draw. Carnage Tyrant, of course, next turn, with being at 5 lands, including Castle Garenbrig, Marauding Huntmaster, lots of good stuff. I don't need that mountain, that's for sure. But I may need Huntmaster. Thoughtseize. Oh, okay. Hey, we haven't seen a Waste Not again. We're getting fortunate. Oh my goodness, nuts. Oh my goodness, another Karplusan Forest. Let's get something that isn't a land. Hey, it happens. 22 and you still get flooded. Aha, gotcha. We turn the flood around against them. Woohoo. Yeah. Well, discard Karplusan Forest. It can be more painful than the Stomping Ground. Oh, well. That is where it's at. That's got to do them in, I imagine. Take out Liliana, of course, and hit them for 4 and hope they Well, we should be good, I would imagine. It feels alright. Extinction event could be a problem, but no. Oh, lovely. We got flooded, they got mana screwed. As it sometimes happens, you never know how it's going to happen live. Again, that's why I love this so much. It's more real. A better connection, I feel. But of course, you know, maybe some people aren't as comfortable on camera, or they want to get a good example of the particular deck that they're featuring to play a bunch of different stuff, as most people do. They want to. They're not going to show a bunch of losses. They want to do a couple good matches, maybe one that was kind of back and forth, one where the deck just went off as it's supposed to. Some nights it's all bad or pretty much all bad. Kind of like this hand. 2 lands would have been good. I may have considered keeping this if I was on the draw. 2 chances to see the second land to keep doing lots of good stuff. Oh my goodness. Nuts. Nuts, I say. And I still haven't added that second nuts. I'll get there. Oh, 1 land, 1 land, 1 land. Lots of stuff for 2. Hey, we got something to keep. Alright, we're off to the races. Keeping 4. With 22, you would expect to see 2 lands sooner than that. Maybe something good happens. 15 Ceratops next turn. Register Alpha the turn after that, and oh yes, absolutely, Nash. Absolutely. Just being okay with it. Realizing if you made a mistake, if you didn't, and hey, how can I lose? How will I lose? Sometimes it's hard for people to picture stuff, so they might have to play a bunch of games to experience it. That's just how they learn. They can't think, oh, what happens if this and this and this? You have to live it a lot of the time, and it can be hard to live it, especially when it's painful again and again. Marauding. Hey, hopefully we get Topiary Stomper. Well, it's not Topiary, but it is a land. We're getting there. We're getting there. They haven't done too much crazy stuff. This is Atarka Red, I think. Oh my. Double Soulscar Mage is a little bit problematic. Hey, we got the 4th land. That's pretty good. Lightning Strike. Atarka's Command. Okay. Mono Red doing their Mono Red stuff. Of course, Ripjaw Raptor is going to be quite stunning against this. Am I definitely dead next turn? 3. Well, I'll try it. On the off chance, something good happens. I'm not dead. Register Alpha, 2 bodies. We'll see. That tends to do it. Alrighty. Ripjaw Raptor. Fail sweep us. Well, yeah. The opponent might fail, taking out all their stuff at 2 before it increases in power and toughness. Tranquil Throwback. They could have Embercleave, of course. That's very nasty stuff. I can't play Throwback with Flash, so I might have to get hit by Embercleave. Nah, I'll take out Temur Battle Rage. This is going to be the devastating thing. Trim T-Rex. Trim something from the top. Bringing something quite a bit more cheaper and quite a bit more painful, potentially, with Ripjaw. Definitely usually see myself catching them off guard with the Flame Sweeper, the Sweeper. They don't know I have it, and maybe they don't consider that possibility with all my sometimes small creatures. surprises them. This again, so 1 land. Oh, hey, I didn't have to mulligan to 4, so that's very exciting stuff. Oh, I love it, especially shifting. I'll send shifting to the bottom. But if all goes well, and Huntmaster, Marauding survive, Marauding for 1 on turn 3, and Ripjaw for 2 green with the 2 green from Castle Garenbrig in the forest there. Yeah, I'll start off with this. Not a big deal, but just getting Castle Garenbrig down, tapped, on the off chance I forget, and I try to play it without a forest, although I do have all the stuff I need. Cross your fingers they don't have something that deals 2 damage or 3 damage. I think it's all but guaranteed. They might set up with some creatures. Play with fire. Oh, there we go. And we got Topiary Stomper, which is very nice indeed. Oh, and Thunderherd Migration. That I actually like quite a bit better. Pay 2. Reveal Topiary. Ah, nuts. What's going to happen? We go Marauding plus Topiary Stomper next turn. Possibly just Ripjaw Raptor. That's a pretty nice deterrent. However, they've got Soulscar Mage, and that's not fun. Changing damage to... Oh, boy. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm going Marauding plus Ripjaw, hoping they don't have a lot of targeted damage stuff. This might get me to that Flame Sweep just with the draw right there. Well, it didn't, but... At the very least, I will get to 7 lands next turn with the one I drew, plus Topiary, and we'll have a nice 4/4 Vigilance. Okay. Yeah, something for 3 or something for 2. I'm going to take out some stuff. Imagine they can only target one thing. We'll see. Oh, so they didn't kill Ripjaw. Of course, it's permanently debuffed. Oh, man, it's just flooded. Flooded again. Nuts. Yeah, like I was saying, we got 4/4 Vigilance, and that's still going to be a difficult time for them just to bust through. Just cross my fingers they don't have that Embercleave, and I get Flame Sweep at some point here. Oh, if I get Flame Sweep, it's done for. Oh my goodness. Well, we're in a staring contest. Fortunately. Hopefully it's another land. Well, that's good too. Hey, get us that sweet, sweet Flame Sweep. You can do it, Ripjaw, good buddy. Flame Sweep. Well, that's not Flame Sweep, but it's another body. We're just filling the board, making fantastic stuff. Now the question becomes, what to attack with? Like Topiary Stomper, Vigilance. Marauding Raptor because it's so massive. The Gataxian spell Stalker, whatchamacallit, might block that. It's got 3 power. Marauding 3 toughness. Okay, that feels pretty good. Yeah, I like that. Oh, interesting. Oh, got him. Phew. My goodness, that's crazy stuff. 4 Flame Sweeps, even grabbing lands and whatnot. I was past a quarter of the way through. Roughly, you'd hope to see a quarter of the cards. You got a play set of something, 4 of something. After you get through a fourth of the deck, you see roughly 1 of that play set. Yeah. Luckily, we didn't need it. We got the win, so we still have the element of surprise, which definitely would have been devastating against this. I faced this particular variation of Gruul aggro, mostly mono red, but again with Atarka's command, which we didn't see. Fortunately. Okay. We'll just have enough bodies that, yeah, Scared him off. I was thinking about Tranquil Throw back there again for a second. Oh, that is beautiful. Absolutely. Yeah, if everything lives, I mean, that's going to be fantastic. It's going to be a real uphill battle. Yeah, maybe Huntmaster goes down, it's just Marauding. Eventually Marauding pings Ripjaw. Oh, I'm liking this. We might see a surprise Galta if everything works out. I think that'd definitely feel bad for him. At least they didn't play a creature turn 1. Monastery Swift Spear. All that, I imagine Huntmaster is all but dead. Guaranteed. I think they could have something for 2. If that's the case, I'm actually going to try for Marauding. A slim chance it might survive a little bit easier. That's okay. That's okay. I went Marauding, but I still can go Huntmaster plus the second Marauding that I have in hands next turn with the cost reduction there. Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, I'll try for that. One thing's going down, I imagine it's probably Marauding. Maybe Huntmaster, maybe both things. Play with fire on Huntmaster for 2, and then another lightning strike on okay, okay. They have a bunch of lands, not a whole lot of creatures. Okay. As long if that Marauding survives, that is just gonna be nuts. Oh boy, oh boy. Let's oh. Whew. Stunning stuff about to happen right here. It might be lights out for them. I think so. They have 1 card left. Sad they can't play Galta, but it's still going to be very nice indeed. Actually, I don't think I played a land for the turn. We'll see. Maybe I draw it with this. Ah. That's okay. I get 3 cards from this. That's lovely. Yeah. I'll hit him for 6. Oh. That's pretty good. 2 green, 3 cards, and we drew out a Stomp from a Bone Crusher. That's okay by me. We've got tons more Ripjaws, and we got Galta. Oh, and my goodness. You know what? Castle Garenbreak. Well, I could have done it with the Forester otherwise, but... Boom. 6. Ripjaw for 2. Ripjaw for 2. Galta for 2. This is the ultimate scary thing against this type of deck. We're drawing 4 cards in total, supercharging the Marauding Raptors to absolutely decimating levels. If both connect, it's lethal. It's more than lethal. They are becoming 8 3s. Oh my goodness. Disgusting. I don't care. I've got 2 Ripjaws and a Galta still to block. Oh, good stuff. That's a lovely example. It's been quite some time since I've had one just like that. Yes, 5 ways. Fantastic. Of course, mono black stuff in general. Maybe they just kill Ripjaw, but you do have the potential to do something like that. Just 2 green, drawing 2 cards, powering up the Maraudings, making them very scary. Maybe the opponent is caught between, do I block it and lose my creature because Marauding is a 6-3 or an 8-3, a 10-3, but often enough it could be a 6-3 threatening basically any creature probably that you're facing. Yes, Tobias, lovely, lovely stuff. Oh, Drew, you just joined. Well, it was lovely indeed. My goodness. Yeah, like I was saying, Atarka Red, lots of little creatures, prowess, lovely stuff with the Kenra Spell Spear, and, well, the other things. They get bigger whenever they cast a non-creature spell, plus Atarka's command, giving +1/+1 to everything. It certainly does get very nasty indeed. Oh, okay. Fantastic. Very good tonight so far, I must say. Haven't needed Temur Battle Rage too much, but it was quite fantastic after the opponent, the mono black opponent. They discarded one, then the very next turn I drew a second one in the red. On shifting, boom. It's like instant speed, 5 damage to the opponent. Pretty nice. Or kind of if shifting would have just died to one of their big creatures. You lose the creature and you don't deal 5 damage. But shifting with double strike, you keep the creature, you kill the blocking creature, and it's 5 damage. A lot of potential for sure with Temur Battle Rage, I must say. Again, hey, it's a common. I would try it out at the very least. It's not going to hurt. Well, it might hurt the opponent, that's for sure. Let me think. I think it's a little bit too rough. 3 chances to get the 3rd land by turn 3 for shifting. You know what? Could be a lot worse. I want to keep it just to try. Yeah, if it's something with not a lot of interaction, which is, well, most stuff does have interaction, but 3 chances to get the 3rd land, to play the shifting. We've got 2 sources of green with Carplucent Forest and the Forest. Okay, it might be Golgari Elves. This could be difficult. But Temur Battle Rage might save the day, sneaking through a bunch of damage potentials. Mono green, Devotion, Splashing Black, and there it is. We've got Castle Break. Beautiful. If it is some sort of Devotion list, I think we got a good chance of getting shifting next turn. I'm always curious whenever I see stuff like that. Oof, there's the Nykthos. They've got 5 potentially at the moment, if they tapped it. Well, they goofed up there a little bit. If they would have tapped the Elf plus the Overgrown Tomb for the 2 mana, slap Wolf Willowhaven on the Forest, it taps for 2, Nykthos then taps for 5, and I would have been surprised if they didn't have something for 5 in their hands, 5 or less. Maybe something for 4. Yeah, sometimes the auto tapper can mess you up like that. Using Nykthos when you don't want it to. Yeah. Beseiju. That's not so bad. I guess that's what they were saving it for, but the question becomes, may I need 2 sources of red? Something to consider. Next turn likely would just be another shifting Ceratops, possibly Huntmaster plus shifting if I draw the 4th land. Huntmaster for 2, shifting for 2, maybe attack with both shiftings, but it might just be the Temur Battle Rage to fly right through that old growth troll, deal a bunch of damage, and still live. I'll keep the sources of green stable with a forest instead of a mountain. Oh boy, oof. Odd still. I guess they don't have a whole lot to play. They only have 1 thing left in hand, so that certainly is boding well for us. Hey, another shifting Ceratops. We might be seeing Galt next turn for 2, plus, if I get a 4th land, Galta for 2, Temur Battle Rage on Galta for 24. A 12-12 double strike. Hopefully bad stuff doesn't happen and it's Storm the Festival. Sacrificing the Wolf Willow Havens to make some creatures. Okay. A last-ditch effort. I'm happy with that. Land, you can do it. Man. Temur Battle Rage on Galta. It's close-ish, but definitely still just Galta. Give her haste and we're off to the races right there. I don't really care who blocks who. With Old Growth Troll with the shiftings, Galta. I can give Trample to one shifting at least and possibly get through a nice little bit of damage. If only one wolf blocks it or something like that. Still going to be very devastating. Okay. Doesn't matter. I take one. I deal one to them. Might as well get them even closer to dead. Even though it feels pretty good at the moment. They only have one thing in hand. They still could pop off and do painful stuff. Sammy, how's it going? Hopefully all is well. It's certainly been pretty good tonight, I must say. Still could do nasty stuff, depending what permanent they grab. Burn. I think we still might get them. They gotta at least pay 4 for Karn, and well, they could have something painful for Galta, at the very least. Temur Battle Rage, boom, on the Queen. There could be a good chance you just don't need Temur Battle Rage normally, but hey, maybe you replace Temur Battle Rage with something else that allows you to do more damage, interacts a little bit, or something like that. Oh, Transmogrifying Wand on Galta. My goodness. Sucks. Oh. Oh my. Look at this. Look at this. I'm going to kill them with a 2/4 double striking Ox for exactly lethal. What? That makes all these moments absolutely fantastic. Boom. Have you ever seen this before? Oh, the ultimate destruction. Who would have thought? I could have done that. I don't know. No, I couldn't have. Yeah, Topiary Stomper couldn't have attacked with. That's the best way to win. Oh, you take out the Queen, and well, I guess they mistreated those Oxes because it sent it back for perfect. Ox for the win. My goodness. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet indeed. Okay. I'm glad I realized that. I was a little bit worried. I thought the double strike part of Temur Battle Rage was if I controlled something for 4, but you can give double strike to anything. And as you saw there, just get the job done. Don't ask questions. If you can kill them, you kill them. Goksta, yeah. Oh. Why didn't I do it on my turn? Yeah, I guess. No, I don't think I had anything untapped. Pretty sure. That was the earliest time I think I could have done it. Maybe not. I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch it. I just love that I beat him with that. However, Mono Green Devotion. Splashing black for possibly some removal. It's going to be maybe rough. Do I need to bring anything in? Tranquil Frill back could take out the odd artifact, actually. I think that could be very nice, really. The enchantments, Wolf Willow Haven, Old Growth Troll, that are, increasing their devotion, helping them ramp, that might do the trick. Possibly Back to Nature. I have wondered about this, because they do have a lot of enchantments that have them ramp. T-Rex? Nah, I'm going to trim T-Rex. Again, they don't have a lot of interaction, mono green, early on, so there's a good chance with dinos you just get to do your thing. Oh yes, why didn't they do it on my turn? Oh. Yes, Sammy, hey. That certainly would have been better. I wouldn't have been able to attack with it. But maybe they were not worried about the possibility of that. But yes, that definitely would have been better. Transmogrifying Wand on our turn. We're not able to attack them with that Ox. Perhaps they just forgot that fact. I think you can use Transmogrifying Wand at any time. But perhaps Transmogrifying Wand does have the clause where you can only cast it as a sorcery. I feel like Transmogrifying Wand is only sorcery speed. A line at the bottom of the text box there. Victor, how's it going? Hopefully all is well. Certainly as well as things are going tonight. I don't want to jinx it, but it's been quite interesting indeed. A wide range of stuff. However, I do need a source of red. Eventually. At least one for fun and games. Hunt Master or Marauding would be nice coming up this next turn. That for 2. Topiary for 2. And just hopefully they haven't barfed Cavalier of Thorns, potentially. Always rough. However, they didn't start with a turn 1 Dork. Oh, look at that. I said Hunt Master or Marauding, and I got one of those. Love it. Do I need another source of red? Not quite. At the moment, again, still just the one for Temur Battle Rage. We will get to 7 next turn with the second Castle Garenbrig, the second Topiary. We can go Topiary and Shifting Ceratops both next turn. That's going to be nice. Yeah. Oof. Hopefully they don't do nasty stuff. They're looking at that Topiary Stomper, so thinking, oh, I'm going to have to worry about it possibly soon. Should I take it out? If they have some black-based removal with that overgrown tomb there. Oh, I'm liking this. Use the mountain for Shifting Ceratops's 1 of any color there. Good old Topiary. I wouldn't have had 2 left over doing things this way anyways if I wanted to maybe Temur Battle Rage. I really wanted to get... Hey, that's okay by me. Again, very nice having multiple Castle Garenbrigs. Oh, and we get a search for anything. I forgot about that. Put it onto the battlefield. Oh, so it can enter untapped. This is pretty good. Yes, I think so. Pay 2 life. Now Shifting can give itself haste, and I can use haste I wouldn't have been able to do on the Topiary for maximum aggression. That's where it's at. That's what I was thinking. I thought I had 2 left over, but yeah, because that entered untapped, boom. I got an extra 4 damage, and it was enough to scare him off. Nice to take down mono green, perhaps. A little bit unoptimized, maybe. It does, Sammy, I must say. I mean, it is a fantastic card. I think Beseju right now is like to 40 bucks US, possibly. I haven't checked in quite some time. But yeah, something like that. Land that destroys land. They're full of rage in Kamigawa, perhaps. Kamigawa. Sometimes I say it like that, just to joke around, of course. Kamagwa. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Castle Garenbrig, though, got to be the first land to start. I don't have a forest at the moment to have it enter untapped at later turns. So definitely always good to remember this. If things look a little bit rough, if you're using it, Hopefully you have stuff to play on turn 1, but I like not stuff on turn 1. However, I am working in a list that uses Commune with Dinosaurs, using it again, grind out a bunch of matches, and this. Oh, well, there we go with the Huntmaster for the win. If we get shifting next turn, that could deter the aggression from mono white. I was a little bit worried. But yeah, Commune with Dinosaurs, 1 green, look at the top 5, grab a dinosaur or land, just increase the consistency, keep hitting the land drops. Maybe you keep a little bit more of a risky hand, but Commune makes that hand work, possibly, as it's done in the past. 1 land and Commune, boom, use that turn 1 and I'm off to the races. However, this is not mono white humans. We're seeing Clifftop Retreat, Boros Aggro, Boros humans. I think they want to kill Huntmaster with removal though. Well, that's okay by me. I still have a play with Topiary Stomper and a 4th land. Yes, indeed. They paid 1 and they exiled the Danto Vanguard. That is good. Just to get rid of a Huntmaster. Pretty fantastic value right there. They were worried about what might happen, and stuff still happens in a stable way. I don't expect they'd use removal on Topiary again. I'm only at 4, still 3 lands away from turning it on, but it's always nice when they use removal early on Topiary, and it's 1 less piece that could hit the things that may be happening later. I don't know why they said oops. That's odd. Carnage Tyrant. Absolutely. I like this. But I just realized they only have 1 ofs. This is a Lutri deck. So it's 1 of every single card. Lutri, his companion thing is each non-land card in your starting deck has a different name. Oh boy. Of course, not very consistent, but hey, you just got a bunch of good bodies, and they're seeing all the regular good bodies. It's pretty nice they can't attack into Carnage Tyrant there. Oh my goodness. Now we get Castle Garenbrig for 6. Shifting for 2. Galta. Shifting for 4. Galta for 2. And hopefully they don't have too much removal. I'll certainly be crossing my fingers. See what they want to combine to block with. Carnage Tyrant feels safe at this point to attack with it at the very least. I would take out 2 things if they wanted to block. I feel pretty safe with... Yes, definitely. Maybe Sammy. That could be a possibility. But yeah, that's interesting for sure. A Lutri deck. A Lutri as the companion. Every non-land card is a 1 of. They certainly, I mean, it seems like just regular good old mono white humans. You certainly can't be angry not seeing something if you only have 1 of everything in the list. Yeah, okay. Hey, we got the job done. Lots of little creatures, perhaps. I think that could be the trend. They want to keep being able to play all their little 1-ofs. Flame Sweep, I think, could be quite devastating. Is it devastating enough? Would I just want to punch through with Temur Battle Rage? You know, Tyrranax Rex. We saw a lot of creatures to begin with, and Ripjaw might be extra deterrent for them. I'm going to do Flame Sweep. Definitely. Hopefully they're not too angry, though. They got to be at least a little bit worried, seeing all the lovely power. Galta, especially. Again, the list tomorrow night. 4 Galtas, maybe. It seems crazy, I know, but you want to see Galta as often as possible. Sometimes you still won't even see her with 4 copies. Oh my goodness, this is looking stunning. Again, I must mention, there is only a single copy of Sheoldred Thicket. I don't want to see too many copies early on. It can mess up the early turns. If I see the 1 copy of Sheoldred Thicket late, I have enough lands at that point, cycle it away, hope for something different. But I must say, 1 or 2 copies of Sheoldred Thicket, that's been nice. Definitely. Try for Huntmaster. Maybe it dies to removal, maybe it draws out removal. I have a second one in hands. Whatever it is, could be quite nice indeed. Put it on Adeline. You know you want it. Adeline. Out of range from Flame Sweep, sadly. We do get to take out the 1/1. I may just use Huntmaster at some point to bring one of their things down a little bit weaker. However, Topiary might help us get to Galta. We could be seeing Galta next turn. I should have made another coffee. Probably sometimes just doesn't do it for me, but I love it. And I was reading an article recently where it's good to drink carbonated water. I can't remember the exact reason, but something to do with blood flow and the carbonation helping with that. Okay, the music's still playing. I wasn't hearing it, but I did turn down my headset. Taking a decent bit here. Nothing too crazy. Eileen certainly is attacking. Yeah, it was 11. It's getting kind of low. That's right. Galta next turn. You can do it. Maybe they do have removal for Galta. Hopefully that's not the case. At the very least, we could take out Sun Gold Sentinel here. That's pretty good. You have Hexproof. Oh, okay. So, Flame Sweep to take out 2 things. I like that. Oh, I can't. What am I thinking? Galta. Yes, please. Bing, bang, boom. Let's hope they don't have removal for the Queen. Poke, okay. I don't know if I have a favorite pop. Come to think of it. If we wanted to get on that. Yeah. Usually it's just coffee. Straight black coffee, no sugar, no cream. Dark as possible. A tough guy. Oh, something else that can be hit by Flame Sweep. Oh, wait. Oh, that's good, yeah. I was thinking our hand is revealed with Phyrexian Revoker, but they just name a non-land card. Activated abilities. Yeah. Hey, we'll use Huntmaster to stop a bunch of damage. Then Galta would trade with anything big. I like this. Looks like Luminarch Aspirant is going to put the second counter on Keen-Eyed Sentry there. Oh, maybe not. Are we dead? Well, I don't think we're quite dead yet. Hey, take out 8, 9. Oh, if we go down to 1. We go down to 1, I believe, if my math is correct. Ooh, oh boy. Hello, Nox, how's it going? We're having a pretty great night tonight. My, oh my. Look at this. Just let me do the math here. Flame Sweep? Yes, Flame Sweep. Definitely. Hopefully that buys us enough time. Thunderhead Migration, let's do it. Pay the 1. Get to 7 lands with Topiary. I can attack with that. Do a bit of damage still. Be left with a blocker. Hopefully they can't get rid of one thing. If they do, well, we're certainly dead. Oh boy. What's it gonna be? A tense moment for sure. Okay, they still have only 2 things they can attack with. This is good. This is good. Oh, okay. I didn't read that part about Sun Gold Sentinel. I've never really faced it before, but yeah, I would have realized it was over at that point. Has an ability where it gains hexproof from a color and can be blocked by creatures of that color. We almost had him. On the ropes. But of course, Flame Sweep brought us back into possibly making it happen. However, seeing that Hex Gold Sentinel, well, we may not see Hex Gold Sentinel again because there is only one of it in this deck. It is a Lutri list. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But I might kill it. I'll definitely keep it in mind. Hopefully having some stuff that is just red, some stuff that is just green. So whatever they name with the Hex Gold Sentinel, we would at least have something that could block it in the color that they don't choose. How's it going? How's it? Oh, with Coven. Okay. Yes. Having a good night. Okay, so it might not be so bad. Again, it's not like they can do it all the time. Coven, they have to have 3 creatures with different powers, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah, I use Augur of Autumn as well. 1 and 2 green, you can play lands off the top, but if you meet the Coven requirement, you can play creatures off the top too, which is pretty sweet. I've tried it before a few nights, but yeah. I'm just pretty amazed that we saw it a second time, with it being a 1-of deck. And Dino certainly can meet the Coven requirement for Augur of Autumn or whatever it is, but usually for me it would just be Augur of Autumn. We've got Huntmaster at 1 power, Marauding might be sitting at 2, and then you've got Topiary Stomper at 4. Not this hand. Definitely. Oof. It is better, I must say. Pretty slow. At least we do get to Ripjaw, which might be enough of a deterrent. Possibly drawing a Flame Sweep somewhere in the mix here. Hopefully getting a Ripjaw down before Flame Sweep so we can get some extra value, draw a card, of course. There's still a good chance to get something for 3 or something for 2 by turn 3. Another way to think about it, it could be certainly a lot worse than this. Certainly a lot better than 1. And we are going first, so we get a little bit more of a chance to do some things. If they were going first, certainly it would be more rough. Oh, they've played the recruitment officer. Oh boy, what did I say? There's so many things for 3 or 2. There's a good chance to see something for 3 or 2, and hoping Marauding Raptor survives. It does not. We drew out a Fateful Absence. Oh, and there's the Flame Sweep. Now, we'll see. I might sacrifice the Clue, or I might use Flame Sweep, depending if they play a bunch of stuff. Luminarch Aspirant, I'd probably go with Flame Sweep there. I figure they'll play at least 1 creature. They might make Mutavault a creature. We could get a very sneaky kill on the Mutavault. That would just set them back. Taking out a creature, and that creature being one of their lands that they were using to do their stuff. Very nice indeed. Actually, I'm going to I'll put a stop on their second main phase and the end of the turn, just so I don't forget to sacrifice the Clue. I've done that a lot in this. Oh, I see. I see. All right. Oh, Skrelv. I'm using Flame Sweep. 100%. Oh, they just made Mutavault a creature. Folks, this is absolutely devastating. Got him. Oh boy. Oh. Woo. Fantastic. But yeah, you're not... oh, I just saw your message there. Missed it for some reason, Nux. But yeah, not too late. Yeah. Everything's going well. I mean, I don't think I've lost yet tonight. Oh, I was just saying, hopefully they make Mutavault a creature. They don't have too much to do. They want to get a little bit of damage. Ooh. Flame Sweep does the trick. It is only 2, but perhaps aggro is giving you trouble. It might be the right thing. The decks that are trying to make a big Ancient Imperiosaur, they have a lot of little tokens. Burning Tree Emissary, Gleeful Demolition, 1 red, sacrifice an artifact, make 3 goblins, tap all 3 of those, Ancient Imperiosaur. You know the stuff, you've probably seen it. Lots of creatures, Ancient Imperiosaur for free sometimes, or it might be a 16-16 and 18-18. Flame Sweep would be very devastating against that. They pretty much fold if you played it at the perfect time. Ugh, that'd be nasty. Yeah, I think I like the... well, I mean, you couldn't have done that with sorcery speed. You see the importance of instant. And Flame Sweep especially. Cinderclasm also is something that could deal 2 damage to everything at instant speed, but gotta keep in mind, Cinderclasm, to deal that 2nd point of damage, you have to kick it for a red, so it's 1 and 2 red, and with the early mana, so that could be rougher indeed. That's definitely something I want to keep. Send Temur Battle Rage to the bottom. We got technically 5 lands. We would possibly get to Carnage Tyrant with the 4th land from Thunderherd, the 5th land from Topiary Stomper. That could be very beautiful indeed. Again, we're playing first, so that bodes well for us. I won't scare him too much. Certainly don't need another source of red. Nothing for red at the moment. Greasefang, though. Greasefang could be rough. Tranquil Frill. Bzz. Hopefully it's not turn 2 Greasefang. Cross your fingers. If it's turn 2 Greasefang, that's probably it, as is usually the case. Greasefang. No Greasefang. Oh my goodness. Yes. I might get Greasefang here. Oh. Okay. No Greasefang. Oh, phew. We're getting fortunate here. You see how sometimes if you just don't see the rat, Greasefang can be rough. Hey, Huntmaster. Don't exactly need it. Probably gets killed by things easily enough. Regis for Alpha, let's go. Maximum aggression. Yeah, maybe I could have hit Liliana, but I think we're pretty safe at this point. If they make us sacrifice something, it's going to be Topiary Stomper. Oh, we got him. Oh, I know. I was trying to tone down the level of the laugh there. I guess I could do it lower, but I wanted people to hear the laugh. The music is at about minus 30, minus 35 decibels, and I have that laugh at like 10, minus 10, minus 5, roughly about how I'm talking. I wanted it to kind of line up with my voice, but I could tone it down a bit. I wanted it to be boom, catch you off guard and really pack a punch for specific moments. Yeah, I could do that. Definitely, up for anything. Certainly if it doesn't quite jive with how you want it. I just wait. Oh, they just conceded. I was having so much fun talking. Actually, you know what? I can update the emote right now. Yes, Nox. Certainly Greasefang. They can get Parhelion 2 out on turn 3, attack with it, hit us for 5 plus 8, 13 in total, and they leave behind those 2 angel tokens, 4/4 vigilance. Usually if they do that, it's done for. But sometimes you just don't see Greasefang, and then they're not doing a whole lot of anything. Yes, definitely Victor. I'm just happy to beat it. I must say, I lost to Greasefang last night. It was midnight or something. Oh, turn 1 Thoughtseize, they rip my turn 2 play. They get the turn 3 Greasefang and a vehicle. And then the game 2, turn 3 Greasefang and a vehicle, as it sometimes happens. But I'm tweaking the laugh. Yes, it is Sammy. Laugh. Where's the funny laugh? -10. Let's see what that gets. I think that's better. That's better. It was probably peaking a little bit. I didn't have any reduction, actually. I think I had to re-add it. And I already had negative decibels. Let's try -12. Yeah, I see. I think that's pretty good. It gets up to -20, -15. The music's at about -35, -30. So you still kind of notice it a little bit more, but it's not quite as boom. Surprise. Maybe you're falling asleep and then you're woken up by that. Certainly quite a bit different than my voice, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm surprised. I would have certainly played it out. Maybe they got upset. Maybe they had lots of games in a row where they just never got the rat. That was the 3rd match in a row where they lost because no Greasefang, or Greasefang kept getting killed, and then they saw themselves losing to dinos, and it was the final straw, perhaps. However, this hand, I mean, beautiful. 2 lands, 2 things for 2. We should get to playing Topiary Stomper at some point. No Castle Garenbrig to help power out T-Rex, of course, but very, very reasonable. Again, playing first. Nice. Mono white humans. Okay. Hopefully we do some good stuff. I'm going to try and hope for a 4th land next turn. We're at 3 here, but again, if I get a 4th land, Huntmaster for 2, Topiary for 2, lovely. Oof, not quite. Well, definitely Topiary Stomper. At least I'll be able to go Huntmaster Topiary still. Would have been nice this turn. That's alright. It's been a good night overall, I must say. Had to happen at some point. Ooh. Well, we might be dead. This is definitely a regular mono white. It's not the Lutri stuff. Doing their classic mono white things. 4, 6. We're not quite dead yet, but I imagine that's probably the case. Maybe I turn on the Topiary Stompers next turn with a 7th land and Carnage Tyrant. Make something happen. At the very least, Topiary Stomper being 4 power would trade with Adeline whenever they do attack with it. at future turns. This is brutal. Okay, I get it. I get it. Definitely dead there. Yes. But I know what I have to do. Flame Sweep, Ripjaw Raptor, cut Tyrranax Rex, Temur Battle Rage. Yeah, that's about it. Nice and simple. I like Ghalta. Maybe I could trim Ghalta instead of T-Rex, but still, with more cheaper creatures, maybe there's a good chance I get to Ghalta with Ripjaw and shifting, combining that sort of stuff. Ugh, so that's not going to do it. Okay, yeah, hey, again, a bunch of lands, nothing early. Still a very good chance to see something early here. Hopefully it's Marauding. I could see something for 2, something for 3. One of those things could be Flame Sweep, just to buy ourselves a little bit of time here. Coppercoat Vanguard. Hopefully I see Flame Sweep next turn. Well, that's not Flame Sweep. Ugh. Flame Sweep would have been the ticket. Oh my goodness, that though. Oh my, that would have been the... Well, I had a juicy Flame Sweep, I must say. We got spoiled, so that was good stuff. Hopefully they don't have removal for Ripjaw. Brutal Cathar. Nuts. Flame Sweep. We got one turn. If they don't have Brutal Cathar, then we're just dead with all their lovely aggression. Increased power with the Coppercoats there. Oh boy. No, that's not it. Okay. Might be alright. Definitely take out the Hopeful Initiate. That wouldn't die to Flame Sweep. Oh, okay. So we draw 2 cards. This might really help get Flame Sweep. Hopefully. Let's see it. Flame Sweep. Flame Sweep. Oh my goodness. Flood. Super Flood. What happened? You missed it. Had Ripjaw Raptor. I was blocking, hoping for a Flame Sweep just to decimate basically everything they have, pretty much. And I just got flooded, even with 22 lands. Ripjaw was hit once with adding Jaro for 4, taking him down to 1, drew a card. Coppercoat Vanguard, I'll concede, whatever. Oh, how did I win so fast? Against the Greasefang? They just conceded this one I lost. The other one? I don't know, the games have been very fast tonight. They've been certainly flying by. But that particular one, yeah. Ripjaw hit with the Edding Jaro, drew a card. The other Hopeful Initiate finished off Ripjaw, drew a card. And then I drew a card for the turn. And it was a land, with all those 3 draws. Close to a quarter of the way through. Hoping to see Flame Sweep at some point, but that was not the case. Yeah. Can't win them all. Okay, next one. Coming up. Yeah, hopefully I get to do Temur Battle Rage on Ghalta at least once tonight. It'll be lovely. But yeah, sometimes the wins just happen fast, especially with Temur Battle Rage. But overall, it's been kind of rough for the opponents, I think. That's certainly been a surprise. Concedes faster than normal. Sometimes it just happens, and then it can be hard to follow along exactly what happens. But of course, always chapters afterwards. If you're seeing this and you fell asleep later on and you're watching this back in the morning, how's it going? Hopefully all is well, and hopefully I take down Cat Dad. Perhaps it's Celestia Cat Tribal. Ugh. Don't exactly like it. No, I'll keep it. Hoping to see something for 2. I at least got to. Oh, hey. 4 lands, forest. What seems to be Azorius Control. Oh boy. Oh, I'm liking the looks of this. Lots of lands. Literally, 1 of each of the 3 scary dinos. 1 of each of the 2 big scary ones. Eventually getting to them. Hopefully they don't counter Topiary Stomper. Cross your fingers. Even if they do, we get shifting next turn. That's alright. I still wouldn't have resolved the Topiary next turn anyways. I would have still only had 1 left over. Boom. Hey, there we go. Can't counter that. Maybe they have some white base removal, unfortunately. Nuts. Yeah, we get to Carnage Tyrant eventually. Blue-white control Sammy, yes. Yes, indeed. I think it's going to be pretty good, especially, starting off with those. Oof. Something for 3, something for 2, something to draw out other stuff that they have. Oh, that we could get the sneaky Temur Battle Rage win. Hit him once with T-Rex, the second turn, again, boom. This might be... Oh, good. Get rid of a land. I think this is a pretty fun matchup. Not sure what I want to use with it. I guess the nuts, no. The boom, if they sweep us. That's 1 less Shark Typhoon I have to worry about them playing. That's pretty good. Now, we've got the questions, the dilemmas. It's not really a dilemma. I'll go Carnage Tyrant. We'll probably draw out a sweeper, but we have the 7th land the following turn for T-Rex to hit them. If they don't have a sweeper for Carnage Tyrant, it might just be over right there. Boom. Either way, lots of good stuff is happening. I imagine Carnage Tyrant draws out a sweeper. Should be pretty good. I could potentially safely go Regisaur Alpha next turn. I could go Regisaur and Galta for super lethal. Oh, this is interesting. Now the question becomes, as Victor and everybody, they might have Settle the Wreckage. They certainly could. Let me think. Hey, you know what? I'm just going to hit him with Carnage Tyrant and see what happens. Temur Battle Rage probably would draw out a counter spell. If they were if they only had 2, or if they only had 1, I'd probably try for Temur Battle Rage. We can be conservative here, I think. Although hitting him for 14, get him in range of just being killed by the T-Rex. There's a sensor, okay. Good thing I could have still played Regisaur, I guess. We'll see. We got tons of haste, tons of double strike, tons of options. Bummer. Yeah, you never know. Of course, memory lapse always a potential, but hey, just play it safe. Keep hitting them. We never have to worry about the Wandering Emperor. That is nice. Got to do something to someone. Oh, they have so many lands and nothing to do with it. However, I did get a second source of red. I can still go Temur Battle Rage on Carnage Tyrant to finish him off. Regis or Alpha to draw out something, I imagine. They could probably have multiple counter spells, but let's see what happens. We've got tons of other good stuff. Saw it coming. Ah, nuts. They sweep, Tyrranax Rex, dead. Either way. They can't counter T-Rex, they can't target T-Rex. That's how you do it. Oh, and we got another one to boot. Go time. Dead. Beautiful.
It's a trap!
It's not a trap. When I do something like that, okay, hey, keep it as is. I see a boom coming, yeah. A boom and lemons. Lemons. Their feelings about this match have soured after I did that. I just held everything back pretty much, Sammy, and yeah, Tyrranax Rex with the haste, they were below 8 or 8 or below within range of a single T-Rex hit. Hasty, they can't counter it, they can't target it. They only had 3 lands. They would need probably at least 6. Some removal for 2 and then the extra 4 just to get rid of it. Oh. Yeah, that was nice indeed. Oh, that's, well, it's certainly a lot better. There was only 1 land in that previous hand, I think, and certainly nice seeing shifting. Don't need a forest, and well, might as well send it back to the bottom and have more basic lands to grab. Possible turn 3 shifting Ceratops, very nice indeed. Oh, and it's a tapped land, so we don't have to worry about a sensor. That is very big. It's always rough when they have 2 untapped. They stop the turn 2 play, and sometimes just you don't recover after that, especially when the turn 2 play is a land, you know, stable. You gotta keep doing the stuff you want to do. Phew. We get to Carnage Tyrant eventually. We certainly have enough lands for anything at this point. They have removal for it. They saw all the stuff they can't target, so maybe they'll just use it on shifting, or it's partially blue based, bouncing spells and whatnot, which that couldn't target it. Huh. Maybe that's the case. Oh, okay, hey. They paid 3 to get rid of shifting and exiled another March of Otherworldly Light. I like that. I like that indeed. That's fantastic. And we look, we got T-Rex eventually, Carnage Tyrant. That feels good. Although I must say, Commune with Dinosaurs, again, you know, late game digging for the T-Rex and Carnage Tyrant, whatever we need, could be nice. 1 green, just grab the big nasty thing 5 turns sooner than you would have seen it. Pretty good. Sweep. That's also a good thing, having lots of basic lands. Naturally, you'd want that with Topiary Stomper and Thunderherd Migration, but you know, on the off chance they destroy things, that's not so bad. At least we get a hit with T-Rex. Oh my goodness. It could be the Temur Battle Rage T-Rex double hit. Oh, Cross your fingers. No sweeper. No sweeper. No sweeper. Oh, another sweeper. Nuts. Shifting Ceratops. Galta. Ah. Can't play that. Shifting could have got him with the... Well, almost got him with the double strike. Take him down to 2. The absolute worst nightmare. Carnage Tyrant is scary enough. But shifting and T-Rex to start. Maybe a lot of people wouldn't want to start with them because they're scared they can't play them. But you can see often enough, it's not bad. Topiary Stomper, get to attack with that. Don't have to worry about Wandering Emperor. Perhaps they're going to hold back Hall of the Storm Giants. Make it a creature to take out Topiary, but I give Topiary double strike. Boom. I would take out Hall of the Storm Giants and get 1 more point of damage through. That'd be pretty nice. Those third from the top. Nuts. It was hard not playing those other dinos, but it felt just safe. Keep attacking, figuring they'll do something to Temur Battle Rage. Everything was feeling safe, feeling good, and not too good seeing the second copy of Galta. I believe there is only 2 copies of her in the list. T-Rex, so strong. Of course, late game now, they probably have enough... they're feeling pretty good about their chances. If I got T-Rex 5, 6, 7, I could do T-Rex plus Temur Battle Rage. I have 9 mana. T-Rex. Cross your fingers. Coming up. Next. Oh boy. Yeah, there's got to be lots of different types of decks. If you like control, that's not T-Rex. That's okay. That's okay. We still might do some good stuff. They don't have a whole lot of things in hand, but Teferi is going to keep refilling that each turn. Yeah. Well. Oh, they countered it. Okay. Well, we're not dead yet, but it's going to be an uphill battle. But yeah, going back to the different types of decks, it's certainly... Oh, we're just dead too. I forgot. Yeah. There's got to be something for everyone. Maybe you don't like it, but lots of people like it, and it kind of works in the pillars, the triangle. There's variations of decks, but control beats mid-range. Mid-range beats... I don't know how it works, but one beats another one and beats another one. It just kind of... It helps for the overall game health, roughly. That's just a quick bit about it. Different kind of decks that all police each other and kind of keep things healthy. If one deck was clearly the best and there wasn't anything else that was really good, it wouldn't be good for the game overall. Even if you don't like playing against one thing, hopefully you can find something that you can do against it to at least give you a chance. Rakdos Fable, definitely the new Tranquil Throwback, 100%. That thing's been lovely. If we sink 2 green into its ability, we get to destroy an enchantment, which might be Fable, and then the other green is exiling Rakdos' graveyard, not having to worry about Kroxa, other things like that. But I'm definitely loving the 100%, the addition of Tranquil Throwback. Usually that's the main plan. Stably ramping. Thunderherd Migration against Rakdos. Hopefully they didn't discard it for sure with Thoughtseize, but as long as I can go Thunderherd, Topiary Stomper, and possibly cut Huntmaster, usually I don't do that. I like to still keep up the aggression, but... Oh, okay, yeah, that can be a tough one. Temur Battle Rage, maybe you want to lean a little bit more into the safe side of things. Definitely I could see that being a thing. You have more stable ramp in the sideboard. You cut Huntmaster, which dies to Fatal Push and Stomp and all of that. It's not a fun time, that's for sure. We're getting to Carnage Tyrant here next turn, potentially. We've got Castle Garenbrig 6. Actually, we get it, no matter what. Hopefully Huntmaster sticks around to give Carnage Tyrant haste, but you know, this might not happen. Portable Hole and temporary lockdown, that's okay. Yeah, I can see definitely that. Definitely bringing in more stable ramp. Although sometimes it's just rough stuff. Carnage Tyrant, T-Rex, big stuff if you can get there, which is just hard sometimes. A sweeper for 3 damage also could be very nice. Take out Otepic Huntmaster perhaps. Bring in Brotherhood's End or Anger of the Gods. 3 damage to take out Graveyard Trespasser, Bone Crusher Giant, the Fable and the Goblin token. You wait until the Fable flips, but it can't quite tap, and you know, maybe you're off to the races there. Hopefully Huntmaster survives. At the very least, I'll attack with Carnage Tyrant. I'll test the waters. I'll see what happens. I'm gonna wait, just in case, and hope they don't have a sweeper. If they don't, it's going to be very good. Marauding wouldn't have done a whole lot. We'll see. But that is a good question for sure, and that has reminded me. I want to look at specific matchups, what you might do with dinos and what you might take out and whatnot. Unfortunately, they do have a sweeper. They're attacking with that shark, so they're making use of it before they take out everything, sadly. Okay, hey, matchup write-ups and yeah, whatever it is. Yeah. Keep that in mind. Hopefully, double marauding is going to do the trick. The third marauding to both of them pinging, doing a bunch of damage. One is 4, is 8, 12. Not quite, but we could draw a big scary dino next turn. T-Rex, possibly casting that for 6 green with Tranquil Frillback. I was saying about that against Rakdos. Would have been pretty decent right here. Okay, hey, we're in range of T-Rex whenever I draw it. My goodness, I've seen enough stuff for 2. Oh yes, 100%. Stomp and Fatal Push. Play with fire potentially, but maybe that's more mono red, I guess. And Huntmaster could die to the sweepers that you bring in that might help against certain decks. So, you know, maybe that is something to keep in mind. But I still absolutely love Huntmaster, 100%. I mean, just the potential aggression, explosiveness, surprising the opponent. Beautiful. Hey, Shifting Ceratops. That's pretty good. Of course, they could have Settle the Wreckage, Wandering Emperor, which would bring the pain to Shifting. However, I may just slap Temur Battle Rage on the Marauding Raptor. I'm going to cross my fingers. Going to try something. If it is Settle the Wreckage, hey, I get 2 lands. Thins the deck out from, well, stuff. Increase the chance of trying as. Hey, at the very least, Marauding Raptor pinged Shifting. It's very good for us. Now the question becomes, but yeah, definitely little things. Certainly I've experienced a lot, and yeah, at the very least I can say the mistakes I made or just the stuff that has happened, and it might not have happened to you just because it's not a rare occurrence, whatever it happens to be. And double maraudings, being locked out with 2 Marauding Raptors, whatever. Shifting Ceratops though, that would kill him. Shifting, T-Rex, Regis or Alpha, anything. Oh my goodness, we got T-Rex. Tyrranax Rex. Just a second. No, I can't go T-Rex plus Temur Battle Rage. Whew. All right. Oh, good stuff. Very good indeed. Very good. Certainly not attacking with Marauding. That doesn't make sense. Okay. Cross your fingers. Oh, here goes nothing. But yeah, I imagine Carnage into shifting 100%. Definitely. And dinos, usually at least how I build them, you don't need a whole lot of mythic rares. So there's a good chance you have some, you use them for Carnage Tyrant and T-Rex. You can see how good it can be. However, another sweeper coming up. And they wanted to gain some life from attacking with Dream Trawler to pad things. They have enough to pay the ward 4 cost of T-Rex. So that definitely could be a possibility. Carnage and shifting though, that would break anybody. They can see here, sometimes maybe just Temur Battle Rage isn't needed, and maybe again, there is something that could be better in more cases, and hopefully I draw another T-Rex, a shifting, Regis or Alpha, whatever it is. Oh boy, oh boy. Getting a little rough. At least they don't have Teferi, so that is good. Well, one less counter spell, for the Temur Battle Rage, which could still finish them off depending what I draw. Memory Deluge. That's not fun. The Dream Trawler though, that was rough stuff. I don't expect to have a whole play set of it. Maybe they do. The life gain, the flying, the body itself, difficult to deal with sometimes. T-Rex though, let's see it. Well, that's not T-Rex. Oh, lands upon lands upon lands. Yeah, still could see more. The play set of this, a play set of this. So we're a third of the way through the deck. Very good chance to see, well, something, but sometimes you just flood out and it doesn't matter how you built your deck. Nothing you can do. Tyrranax Rex, you can do it. Although they could have definitely enough to pay for it. We'll see. T-Rex. Ooh. Plant Master is not going to do it. Definitely. Yeah, that's alright. I was thinking of probably calling it actually right there, Nox. Right at 2 hours. Sometimes I go longer. I have done mega streams before. 10 or 11 hours straight. I don't think it was all Magic the Gathering. Actually, I might have done it once, where it's all Magic the Gathering. Yeah, I think I've done 5 hours, 6 hours might have been my most. When I do this full time, or at least more often, definitely up for it, starting earlier potentially, or again in the morning, so more you guys can join. A morning stream, a night stream, more dino action, more different games. Maybe the morning stream is classic old games, League of Legends, or something like that. Yeah, I think my longest stream, 11 hours straight. I did get up for a bathroom break. I'm not a crazy person like that. Yeah, check it out. I don't think I added chapters to it. I think it was like 5 or 6 months ago, the 11-hour super mega stream. It was pretty sweet. I love it that much. Definitely nice. It feels like an accomplishment. Yeah, One more stream in the books. Nox. Everybody else watching tonight, later on, whenever it is, have a good rest of your time zone. Hopefully all is well, and hopefully you find success. Sometimes you may not. All you see is lands, but you will land wins as long as you keep up with it and just try to do your best. There is always room for improvement. Yeah, peace. Have a good night, and see you tomorrow, I would imagine. Probably. Definitely my daughter won't go to sleep as early as she did tonight, 7:30, and she hasn't stirred once. Passed out on the couch and just took her, set her right in her bed. Didn't even make a peep. Yes, that was good. That was good. All right, have a good one. See you later.